Morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Thank you for joining us wherever you're tuning in from. It's really great to have you here. Today's session is harnessing object storage, where we're really going to be focusing on Cloudian's solutions in the channel. It's a short but really impactful session today, where we're just going to be introducing Cloudian to the channel and exploring how their object storage platform is really reshaping data management for modern hybrid environments. So we'll be diving into what makes Cloudian so unique in the market, from scalability, cost efficiency, compliance, and of course, AI-ready infrastructure, which is a massive topic right now. If we haven't met before, my name is Marcus. I'm part of Wavelength's channel enablement team. I'll be your host today. We are all about bringing our partners educational content and resources like this to help strengthen your customer conversation. So glad to have you all here with us wherever you're watching from, either live today or post-recording later. And a big thank you to everyone who has joined us live. We are very genuinely excited to introduce Cloudian to you. Why are we running this specific webinar? Well, data growth has really exploded, and the way that organizations store and protect that data hasn't always kept up. We know about 80% of businesses at this date currently operate with a lot of unstructured data silos, and traditional storage models that businesses are used to operating with just don't scale the same way as cloud native architectures do. And that's exactly where object storage comes in, which is what we'll be honing in on today. So Cloudian is really giving organizations that ability to manage data from across on-prem and cloud environments really seamlessly and cost effectively. We are joined by our fantastic speaker today, Anna, who is the head of channel and alliances across APJ, who will be taking us through the key points and walking us through and having a closer look at how Cloudian integrates with existing environments. I will let her introduce herself in just a quick second, but before we do get started, just a little housekeeping as always for our live audience. Please feel free to drop your questions into the Q&A box on the side panel at any time. We will strive to answer any of your questions across the session. If we don't get to your question live, we'll make sure to follow up with you after the session. And for our post-recording audience, if you do have any questions after watching, feel free to get in contact with either of us. We'll be happy to answer any of your queries. Lastly, if you or someone on your team would like to rewatch today's session, our awesome marketing team will make it available on both the Wavelength website and our YouTube channel, where you can find other partner webinars as well. So without further ado, Anna, I will hand it over to you to kick off and take us through the Cloudian story. Thank you so much for taking time to join us today for this session. What are we going to be covering today?
This is Anna Christensen, and thank you very much for having me today. So today, very shortly, I would like to tell you about who Cloudian is, what we do, what are our use cases, and how you can work on potential opportunities with us, and how you can find potential opportunities. All right, so again, my name is Anna Christensen. I'm a head of channel for Cloudian in the APJ region, and one of 6 in Australia and New Zealand. In our team, and today I would like to tell you a little bit more about us and sort of drive some interest about what we do and why it's worth to work with us. Okay, so Cloudian is an object storage platform and this specializes in object storage. Why we want to talk to you, what are the challenges that we cater for? First of all, of course, now whether we want it or no, AI is very much at the forefront of any business and for any AI-driven applications. And I will tell you a little bit more about it as we speak and as I will be presenting. Cloudian is an AI-ready storage vendor and can really help end users work and manage their files and manage their hybrid cloud environment and AI applications in the streamlined environment. The other problem that today the other challenge of data storage today is the fast data growth. As we all know, it doesn't grow for us only in our businesses, it grows for us as private people with all the images, with everything that is happening. So we constantly drive new use cases and the data is growing around 50% year on year. Another problem that we cater to is security. Of course, more stuff online, more data online, and growing in our storage. That means more risk of ransomware attacks. Ransomware attacks keep growing, and it's sort of not the question whether if you will get bridged, but when you will get bridged. So later on, I'll tell you a little bit more how you always can have a clean copy of your data with Cloudian or your clients. I mean, and of course, data complexity. Okay, so Cloudian builds out, and it's very easy. You just add nodes to our environment. You don't have to start new silos. You don't have to start new buckets. You just add and add nodes, and you can continue. So you don't fill it up upwards. You just spread, and that makes it a lot easier to manage at any and to manage centrally in any part of the world. Okay, so Cloudian workloads, to understand us better, storage is divided between the block storage, file storage, and the object storage. And the object storage makes up for around 80% of data these days, and it's constantly growing. Okay, so Cloudian specializes at object. We also can cater to your file storage, but object is really where we play strongly. And here I would like to uh, put a lot of pressure on. I know that our name is Cloudian, and please don't ask me why, but we predominantly deploy on-prem. Okay, one more time. Our name is Cloudian, but we predominantly deploy on-prem. The only way how your clients potentially can access Cloudian services is through our managed service providers. We have managed service providers all over Asia Pacific, which is not a problem, but we come across a lot of use cases where cloud repatriation, it's real, cloud repatriation, it's a real thing. And a lot of end users want to repatriate their data back because cloud costs them a lot of money and it costs them a lot of issues. Causes a lot of issues. They bring it back, but a lot of them already decommissioned their data centers, so they don't want to bring it back on-prem. That's the use case for our managed service providers, and of course, we can put you in contact with them where you can work together. But we, as an organization, and us with resellers, deploy on-prem. Okay. Now, who we really are and what we specialize at, what our strongest points are. We are S3 native. We are the only platform currently that is as compatible with S3 as AWS itself. We are the leader in the S3 technology and supporting AWS SDK. We are extremely scalable. So just as I was mentioning from the perspective of data growth, it's very easy to grow us. You don't have to build different silos. You just expand data with us, and it's very easy to centrally manage. We're also high performance object data, and we offer low latencies, and we are very affordable. Okay, so again, talking about our workload. So I'll tell you a little bit more later on about how we cater to AI applications. We've been approached by NVIDIA, and currently we are the only vendor in the world that stores GPU data directly to object storage. All the other vendors, they store it to file. We are the only vendor that does object storage. So that opens up to a lot more opportunities. We also specialize at data protection. So just as mentioned before, when you get hacked, you always have a clean copy of your data. So basically, we don't do backup ourselves. So you do your backups with Veeam of this world and all other vendors, and we store your data for you with military grade security and our solution called Object Lock that basically air gaps your data. We also cater to data lakes and the other large data environment where we can manage those data sets and they perform real-time analytics. Here a little bit more about our alliances and our ecosystem. So just as mentioned before, we cater to data lake environment and the work with all the data analytics vendors. Observability as well for better analytics and for better views. AI, currently we work with NVIDIA for the GPU direct to object. Media, so a lot of organizations has a lot of CCTV data and we can securely store it for you and at the very good cost as well. So a lot of archives, sometimes CCTV has to be kept for a very long time and it takes a lot of space. A lot of organizations still sort of keep their data on tape. We offer a new digital solution that allows you to bring your data back to operation. If you need to pick something, it will bring you back to operation very quickly. And here I will also add, I'm not supposed to be sharing it yet. Also, as an AI-ready solution, we will soon be offering hyperscale solution that will allow to pull metadata from videos and from images, which means that will allow you to search intelligent data in an intelligent way from what you got in your storage. Okay, we also cater to hybrid environments, so we are AWS partners in local zones and outposts. So it works especially for organizations that have issues with their data sovereignty and the need to make sure that their data is not only stored in Australia, in the country, but it's also operated and supported by people who are in the country. And that's exactly what Cloudian offers. As mentioned before, we offer storage for backups. So the clients do their backup with any Veeam, Rubrix, Cohesity, Commvault, and other vendors of this world. We are vendors agnostic, and we store it securely for you. We also offer our hyperfile solution, but work with Cetera, Nasuni, and other vendors to build file storage environments that later on talk to object, and they build seamless and secure, easy to manage environments. Here, the next slide. So there is not much really for me to talk to when it comes to this slide. I just wanted to show you the good breakdown of our clients globally. Our top client is listed here, not named, but our biggest client and the most active client in the world is American Express. They run not only their cold storage, their warm storage, but also their hot storage. So basically, every transaction in the world that takes place with American Express goes to Cloudian. So if previously you thought that Cloudian is more of a solution for your archive and for your cold storage, no, right now Cloudian also can be your hot storage environment. We are very proud on our Gartner Peers Insights. Why it's important for us? These are data and these are the comments that are delivered by our clients and the customers that currently use Cloudian. So please, when you have a moment, visit Gartner Peer Insights reviews and have a look at Cloudian to see what our clients think about us and talk about us, okay? Now bringing it back to the use cases, okay? So there are quite a few use cases that we can work on together. So the most important one and the one that currently everybody talks about is AI. Just as mentioned before, Cloudian last year was approached by NVIDIA, and together we tested and built a solution that allows to transfer GPU data direct to object storage, okay? Another solution is data analytics. So just as mentioned, working with snowflakes, with Vertica of this world, to build seamless environment where you can all check data analytics and to look into your data. And that also means that soon Cloudian is coming up with their solution called Hyperscale. That's press release, I think, is just around the corner, where we will be able to pull metadata from data that is being stored and to provide information that will allow easy search. So let's say from the perspective of a use case, we are talking right now to one of the councils that wants to be able to pull birth certificate with all the information, and we will be able to do it from you just based on the metadata pulled, okay? We also cater to modern applications and data protection, just as mentioned before. So you back up your data with Veeam, Rubrik, Veritas of this world, and you store it with us. This is our solution portfolio. Okay, so we offer 4 key products. The 5th is just on the way. And again, I'm not supposed to be talking about it, but I can't help myself. So right now it's four products, and the 5th one is coming just around the corner. Our key solution is a Cloudian Hyperstore that offers the object storage, the secure and immutable data, and the compatible with S3. We also offer multi-tenancies. So let's say if you have Coca-Cola and Pepsi on the same platform, they're not going to know about each other. Hyperstore for file services. So we basically grab your grab your files and store it as an object. We offer bimodal file solution with S3 object access. Okay, so we reformat it into the object and then we bring it back as a file again. Okay, Harper balance, we use load balancer, so that only offers basically how your data is spread across the nodes to make sure the best usage of the solution and of the space of your data. And as well, Hyper IQ, that's our observability solution. So in the real time, you can see what's happening currently on your server, what is being stored, what's happening in your network. And also, we are fully integrated with majority of our backup vendors. So you don't even need to use Cloudian dashboard. You can, from Veeam perspective of Veeam, from perspective of Rubrik, you can access Cloudian right from Rubrik or Veeam console. Now a little bit more about the GPU Direct. So as mentioned before and repeated again last year, NVIDIA decided that on-prem is cool again and approached us to build the solution that will allow GPU to travel directly to storage with skipping the CPUs. Okay, so that really, really improves the performance of your AI application. This is critical for if you are planning to build AI application, if you are planning and hoping for to store it on-prem, Cloudian is definitely the way to go. Can assure great performance for all your applications and the great security. We are reading security solution for ransomware protection. And again, I will reiterate, we don't do backup as such. We are a storage company, okay? So we can only store your data. So you build your backup with Veeam, with Rubrik and Commvault of this world and the many of other backup vendors, and we store it for you. So let's say Veeam or Rubrik can store it for 14 days, 30 days, and then this data needs to go somewhere. Some of the organizations keep it on the cloud, but that's when all the egress and ingress fees come into the picture. We store it for you just for one-off license cost, which is very affordable, around 6 times cheaper than current public cloud providers. Okay, so when some organizations store their data in the cloud, they sort of store it there, but they hope that they would never have to bring it back because it's going to cost them a lot of money. Well, Cloudian is not the case. Cloudian, you just pay with Cloudian per volume of data that you've got. And it's very affordable, as mentioned, around 6 times cheaper than other providers. We are certified, as you can see in the bottom right, by top security organizations, have all the best certifications in the United States and across the globe to store your data securely and offer immutability of your data. So just in case when you get breached, you always have a clean copy available of your data available and ready to be brought back to operation very quickly. So you can avoid this business breaking event where in the morning you wake up, you have your data stolen and you cannot operate. Our data as well can be geo-distributed. So you can put Cloudian in any part of the world, wherever you want, a different location, and it all can be managed centrally as one system. So you can have all at once control of your data. And again, it's simple, it's scalable, it's secure. Here again, mentioning we have our file solution, so we specialize at object, and the object storage is our bread and butter. However, if you have some data at file, we can definitely help you out with that. You can access our data, you can access your data as both object and files, regardless of what the original format of your data was. And here again, please let me reiterate, Cloudian is the only object partner of AWS in their outposts and in their local zones. So in the situation where data sovereignty is an issue for you, and it needs to be not only stored in Australia, but also operated in Australia, And you also know the Patriot Act, so just in case US can ask for their data, for your data whenever they want, you don't have that issue with Cloudian that stores your data on-prem securely, S3 compatible, easily scalable, and easy to manage as well. So again, Cloudian, as I mentioned, is deployed on-prem, and it helps you build multiple private cloud environments that can be geo-distributed with multi-tenancies, and offer billing for those tenancies as well. In the hybrid cloud environment where we speak to Azure, AWS, and the GCP as well. Great for backup and data protection, certified with AWS, GCP, Azure Cloud, and Azure Stack. And we can also help you build multi-cloud environment with your own private cloud. So basically, you can decide which data you want to keep on-prem, which data you want to shift to cloud, and very easily you can do it with Cloudian. Okay. Cloudian is vendor agnostic, so we are software defined. You only purchase our software, and our teams are not getting paid on hardware at all, which is critical because you can choose yourself which vendor you would like to pick for your hardware. Okay, so we work with our OEMs are HPE and Lenovo and Supermicro, but we also can work on our vendors and the other hardware. Here, just a quick screenshot. I took it when I was on one of the calls with my team, with the teams in the US. This is a competitive roundup of our solution. Please feel free to take screenshot of that because I get a lot of questions about how we compete with Scality, with NetApp, with Pure Storage, with VAS. So usually the key thing is that we are S3 compatible and that we are scalable as well. We are also, what it doesn't say here, very affordable compared to each of those solutions, okay? Between 3 to 6 times cheaper than any of these solutions, and the offering really specialized product, scalable and secure. And then now let's talk about what key questions you can ask your clients if you are interested in building relationship with Cloudian and getting opportunities, okay? So the critical question when it comes to Cloudian is how much data have you got, okay? Cloudian really starts working, well, we can work from approximately 50 terabytes, but where really you can see the difference, especially in the cost, is the 100 terabytes environment. So the key question is we cater to the organizations that have minimum of 100 terabytes, okay? Also, what's very important is where do you store your data, okay? Cloud, on-prem, or in hybrid environment. Why is it important? Because the clients need to be aware that Cloudian predominantly deploys on-prem, unless you would like to go with our managed service providers and they have it delivered as a service. And as a service, such offering is also very affordable compared to public cloud. So we can offer the same solution as the public cloud, as AWS, as Azure, and as GCP at a lot cheaper cost, okay? What's very important to ask as well, what are your data challenges? So is that cost, is that security, scalability, or data management? Here, these are the top challenges that we cater to, okay? And who do you back up your data with, okay? So you get your data stored with Veeam, Rubrik, Commvault of this world, and then later on this data needs to go somewhere, and the Cloudian is the perfect solution to do that. And the last question is, do you have any AI projects? Why this question has been asked at the end? Because we are only just getting to know AI environment. Everybody talks about AI, but doesn't really know how to do AI. We as a vendor know how to. I think everybody right now talks what to do in the AI environment. We as Cloudian allow to help you how you can do that with us and store your data, okay? What is also very important questions regarding your potential opportunities that you can further qualify is your data immutable? Because Cloudian offers the solution called Object Lock that makes sure that you always have a clean copy of your data available. How would you recover if you were hit by a ransomware? So again, this question caters to data security. What would you do if your data wasn't available for 1 or 2 days a week? Again, this is a business breaking event if you get your data stolen, and you cannot bring it back to operation from your tape or from public cloud where it's going to cost you a lot of money. What requirements do you have for your data sovereignty and data residency? What is your data retention policy? How do we ensure your organization is protected at the back end as well as from the perimeter? So here we cater to the essential aid. So everybody is very strongly focused on essential aid in Australia, but we believe that data immutability should be added to the essential aid. So just in case if such event happens, if you get hit by the ransomware, you always have a clean copy of your data available. And how much is it costing you to store your capacity data? So the cost, the security, the scalability, and the management are always very important questions you can ask your clients. And that's it from my end when it comes to presentation. Some of you might also ask if we have a partner program. I wanted to very quickly answer. Cloudian is not a large organization. Um, we have our partner portal where you can find all the information, but we really try to bespoke manage every single partner. We have plenty of MDFs always available and a very little process around it. So it's myself and our marketing manager Victoria Meldrum and our managing director James Wright that manages the entire process. So very quickly we can manage it, and we can offer you solutions to build the business with us together. Marcus, this is it from my end. If there are any questions, let's go with it.
Yeah, I think it might be a good idea to quickly just touch on use cases and verticals. We know that, of course, businesses are dealing with a lot of unstructured data, and with AI now coming into the picture, that data is getting larger and businesses are really struggling to keep up with it. Which verticals do you really see leading the charge in this next generation of data adoption, and what lessons can partners who want to onboard with Cloudian take from those early movers, for example, in media and in healthcare?
Yes, so I was just about to say healthcare, media, and universities and other research organizations are probably the best use cases. They have the largest amounts of data. They need to manage it all the time, and there is often unstructured data. So healthcare, research, media, and university that's can potentially tap into the research organizations as well. But we also have a lot of other organizations that deal with a lot of CCTV data. So it can be mining potentially, it can be retail just as well, it can be manufacturing. Okay, so one are organizations that straight away we know that deal with a lot of data, but there are also those organizations that we don't think straight away about that have a lot of CCTV, and that's what is important as well.
Awesome. Well, Anna, that was awesome. Thank you, a massive thank you for joining us today. That will bring us to the end of today's session. A huge thank you to everyone that did join us on the live session. We really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here with Anna and I. Once again, big thank you to you, Anna, for walking us through the growing world of object storage. And giving us such great insights into how Cloudian solutions are really helping businesses modernize this data management and their data management strategies, of course, with AI coming into the picture of everything. As always, to the audience, if you do have any further questions or you would like to continue the conversation, please do reach out to either of us. We will, of course, be available to take any questions, or do feel free to reach out to your Wavelink account manager as well. We're here to help you take all of these solutions to market confidently. If you would like to revisit any part of today's session, the full recording will be made available shortly on both the Wavelink website and our YouTube channel. So on behalf of the Wavelink team, thank you again for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day. And we look forward to seeing you in our next session. Thank you so much, Anna.
Awesome, Marcus. Thank you very much. Take care and have a great day, everybody. Thank you.